And it's been nearly a year and still no accountability about the Secret Service. The agency is suddenly trying to save face by announcing it suspended 6 agents back in February. But no firings, just unpaid leave ranging from 10 to 42 days. I want to be clear, unpaid leave is not accountability. The Secret Service tells Fox no one was fired because it wasn't just one person that failed here, but the entire agency. Secret Service failed more than President Trump, though, that day. Corey Comparatori's widow believes that if agents had done their job correctly, her husband would be alive today.
I want to know what the hell they were thinking that day. Where were they? Why weren't they paying attention? Why did they think that that roof didn't need covered? I can see it. You can see it from the farm show. Why would they let the president come out? Why weren't they watching? We were all sitting ducks that day.
Former Secret Service agent Richard Staropoli is here. Richard, 6 short unpaid suspensions. What's going on here?
That's a pure smokescreen, Laura, right? What a waste of time. Secret Service waits a year, and this is the best they can come up with. They talk about 6 suspended agents. That was done, 6 months ago. Those suspensions are over and done with. If this was a private sector business, they would have fired every one of those people and the additional people who are still in place, the senior leadership of the Secret Service. These people are directly responsible for an epic failure that was carried on live TV throughout the world. And if anyone doesn't think that every member of the Mujahideen, Hamas, Hezbollah, every adversary, everyone sitting in a cave with a tablecloth on his head wasn't watching what went on and how unprotected the U.S. Secret Service left the president.
I still can't believe what happened.
This is unacceptable.
Well, we still talk about it as a family because we were in the car coming back from an event. And I heard it on radio. I said the president was just shot. I could just tell from the way everything stopped.
And let's look at the bigger picture. There were 20,000 people there. The Secret Service left all of those people to what? Their own devices? We've had another person shot, and Corey Comparator gets shot on live TV in front of his family. All Mrs. Comparatori wants is someone from the Secret Service to pay her a visit and sit down with this lady. Yet the big bad Secret Service can't find the time to send somebody out to see her in Butler? Hell, I'll go do it. I don't even know where Butler is, and I have no association with the Secret Service. Well, I haven't had it for 10 years.
The president was asked about this by Laura Trump over the weekend. Watch.
They should have had somebody in the building. That was a mistake. They should have had communications with the local police. They weren't tied in. There were mistakes made. And that, shouldn't have happened.
He went on to say, basically he loves the Secret Service, and he always has. They're very talented, very capable people. He said they had a bad day, and I think they'll admit that. They had a rough day, but he has great confidence in these people.
Yeah, unfortunately, as a Secret Service agent, you can't have a bad day, right? Because the epic failure here has such a huge cascading effect, I don't even know where to begin. People get killed when the Secret Service has a bad day. And the problem is other people see this, and that leads to additional attempts, right? He still has...
We still don't know anything about Thomas Crooks, do we? I don't know. I mean, who was this guy?
Right. The reason we know so little about the investigation is because so little investigation was done. The FBI said they interviewed 1,000 people. Where are those interviews?
Well, how about the parents? What about the parents? They have know nothing about what their son was up to. How about the guy who tried to kill him at the golf course? I mean, we know almost nothing about him. He was over in Ukraine, I guess. He seems like a whack job, but that's also an odd. But thank God that one agent saw the barrel of the gun coming through the bush. Otherwise, we wouldn't have President Trump today.
That's exactly right.
And I like Sean Curran a lot. I think he was amazing that day, the new head of the Secret Service. But there was so much that day that was wrong, it's kind of hard to think it just ends up in a bunch of suspensions. And I love all the people who serve the president. I mean, it's a very hard job to do. But, it's got to be someone, it's got to be you fired here. Someone's got to hear that.
But when the day rolls around where the actual shift agents, in this case led by detail leader Sean Curran, have to take action and physically jump on top of the president to shield him from gunfire, things have gone cataclysmically bad, right? This was a bad day for the Secret Service. Yeah. If they just get back to the basics of what made them great and cover the bases, they can reinstill, or at least begin to reinstill, the public's confidence in their ability.
We all saw him be ushered off the stage. Yes. But and again, I worked for President Reagan, so I remember they got him out of there really fast. They threw him into the car. It took a while I mean, it seemed like an eternity to get him off the stage. That was one of the things they pointed to, correct?
Yeah, that's a huge problem, right? Since you mentioned Reagan, the Reagan attempt is used by every law enforcement agency in the world as an example of how things should work, right? This event is used for the opposite reasons. This could be textbook reviewed by things that should never have happened.
When someone's crawling on a roof, perhaps when someone's trying to bring a rangefinder into an event, perhaps not let them in. I mean, all of this is very, very disturbing. Richard, it's always great to have you on. Thank you very much. And we think of the Comparatori family tonight.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.